20 years ago, the word healing didn't even exist in scientific literature.
Well, now, a holistic approach to healthcare for people deeply wounded by trauma and grief is recognized as a very effective form of therapy. Leslie McDonald is here with the story of this month's Woman of Vision, and Leslie, Jane Simington is one of the real pioneers in this field.
Oh, you know, she really is. She has 4 degrees, including a PhD, and she combines that knowledge with spirituality to bring a new approach to healing. This has been a very personal journey for Jane, who uses the lessons she learned dealing with her own devastating grief to help others.
Jane Simington begins every day at 5 a.m. with meditation.
I never work with anybody without calling in my spirit guides and saying, show me how to help this one. I need help for this specific person.
She started developing her spiritual self 20 years ago after a tragedy no mother should ever experience. Her 13-year-old son, Billy, was killed in an accident.
I thought that I knew a lot about grief. I had been working in palliative care as a nurse, and I'd also been doing grief counseling. However, the experience of grief, especially traumatic grief, and the knowledge are very different things.
Jane continued her search with education, getting a PhD with a focus on healing.
And I took an intense look at what is spirituality and how do people use that as part of their healing process. The biggest thing that I discovered is that most people around the world begin their healing journey by looking at what's going on at soul. And I coined the phrase soul pain because that's what I was experiencing, a very deep pain.
Jane developed a new method of healing.
I do not know anyone who is doing what I call soul work.
With her company, Taking Flight International.
And does it help a lot with the anxiety?
Working with those who are grieving and traumatized by loss and abuse.
We need information, but you will never heal somebody using only language skills. So that's the basis of our training.
A certified hypnotherapist and dream specialist, Jane uses many exercises to guide people back to the stored memories of their trauma. Reflection, imagery with arts therapy, and symbols from nature, like water for healing and fire to burn away the old and rekindle the new.
People who've been traumatized need to know what's happened to them. Give them a little information. Left hemisphere. Move them immediately into an experience, right hemisphere. The cognitive mind is now figuring out that soulful experience, and it now has a language. The minute we give them language, we take them to another level.
Jane has written books and developed videos based on her work. She also teaches and speaks across Canada.
I came to the realization that somehow Billy and I had contracted for this, that somehow I needed that pain to use my experience to listen very carefully to what others are going through, but also to lead them with hope along the journey of healing. I like to think that that's one of the things I give the most. Breathe, breathe, breathe.
Her vision is to show the world that true healing is possible.
I've been very broken. I'm not broken anymore. I work with very broken people. I know what that feels like. I can see it on their face. I can see it in their body. But I also know that something else is very possible for them. That's my vision.
Jane works internationally, training other professionals doing trauma work as well, as an adjunct professor and a lecturer. And she's developed 2 certification programs that can be applied towards master degree credits. So pretty impressive.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, get this time of year again, this happens all the time. Leslie, Jane's going to be one of the women that's featured in your upcoming lecture. This is huge, isn't it?
She is. It's great. All 12 of the Women of Vision featured over the past year are going to be honored at the 16th annual Woman of Vision Luncheon.
That's amazing.
It's held in downtown Edmonton next Friday at the Westin, March 18th. And it's a really inspirational event because these great pearls of wisdom we hear from the Women of Vision themselves. And of course, we have gifts for attendees, and we've got fabulous door prizes. And there are still a few tickets available. They can be ordered online at globaltvedmonton.com. It's a great event.
You know,
there you are, Linda.
Well, when you were there earlier, I said, well, we have different hair.
We do.
Year goes by.